welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, welcome back to Edinburgh. Many of you will recognise where I am behind me, and the clue is on the wall up there behind that tree. I am at Lamborghini Edinburgh. This is going to be a very exciting video, a very informative video, and I'm about to drop some very exciting news, so do stay tuned. Why am I at Lamborghini Edinburgh? Well, I'm picking up an Aventador S for my time up here in, I was going to say sunny Scotland. It's not sunny. It's not sunny at the moment. So I'm picking up a Lamborghini Aventador S as my kind of run around whilst I'm up here, as you do. Sam here at Lamborghini Edinburgh has been very, very helpful and very nice, and he's provided a demo. And it'd be good to get back in an Aventador S actually. As you all know, I did have an Aventador S for a while, and it is a car that Mr. Hamilton, the pigeon himself, who is actually not going to appear in this video, a lot of you will be happy to hear, he's looking at getting one as well. So it'd be cool to get back in an Aventador S, having been driving an SV for quite some time. And I also have an Aston Martin Vantage AMR whilst I'm up here. Oh, there we go, I'm going to gesticulate accurately there. That is a very, very special car, the Aston Martin AMR, and that is from Aston Martin Edinburgh. They have been absolute gents. Joe there, thank you very much, and Roddy as well, many thanks. Anyway, the Aston Martin AMR, that is going to be a separate video because that car is very, very special, and I may, by the time this video goes out, have done something very stupid. But this video, ladies and gentlemen, is actually probably just as exciting as that, if not more exciting. This video is going to be surrounding the Modball UK. And I've got to be honest with you, when I launched the kind of application process going live, I knew it'd be popular, but I didn't know it'd be that popular. And John and I have actually had to rush up to Edinburgh, almost on an emergency basis, and trying to secure more allocation, because applications have been closed or so for about a week, because it's sold out. Everything went almost instantly. There were hundreds of applications, and we were blown away. So we needed to come up to Edinburgh, speak to some hotels and try and secure some extra allocation. So I'm excited to announce that as at the point this video goes live this evening, applications are now open again. There will be limited, I think there's going to be limited applications available for event 1, and there'll be some applications available for event 2 and 3. You've got to be quick. If you miss your place, that is it. We can't get any more spaces. As I say, it was sold out, but we've come up here and we've managed to do some wangling. I don't know how we've managed it, but there was a lot of ear bending and we've managed it. So the links are below. If you want to get involved in Modball UK, it's going to be ridiculous. Do you know what? It's going to be unlike anything anyone's ever seen before. The mix of cars on there are absolutely ridiculous. Some of the cars coming in and applying, we've got Murcielago SVs, 812s, Aventador SVs, we've got TTRSs, more kind of less stupidly expensive stuff, but it's just going to be a cool mix of people. So I'm actually really, really excited for that. But anyway, I'm going to go over and get in the Aventador S because that's what you guys and girls want to see. We're going to go over here. We have John Modball as well with us. I think he's actually in the Aventador S. He's already nabbed it. And if you haven't been up here to Edinburgh in this kind of retail park, we have Lamborghini Edinburgh here. They're actually having a refurb as well. So if you're wondering why there's no cars available there, that is why. So this is our ride. One of. Hello sir, good morning, how are we?
Good morning.
How are you finding it in there?
Good, but we've got a meeting in 20 minutes.
Okay, we've got a meeting in 20 minutes, so we've got to meet another hotel now. So we're going to jump in this. I'm going to catch up with you guys very shortly. Right then, as with all of my videos, they're absolute chaos, nothing's planned. We have just visited the Balmoral Hotel. It is one of the hotels on the Modball Rally. John and I are going to go for a little spin, actually. But first things first, I've actually turned up back at Lamborghini Edinburgh. The demonstrator, the rather nice Aventador S in a lovely, lovely spec, has had to come back, actually. John and I have already got a car over here, and we thought it was quite rude to kind of hold on to it and prevent actual customers, not just me and John, being Burks, driving around in it. So it has come back. I'm sure that car will appear on my channel at some point, somewhere along the line, and Archie will probably get one, hopefully. Let's all bully him into that. But anyway, that's going. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump in the AMR Vantage, and we are going to, I don't know actually whether I'm going to do a full video on it or not. Let me know in the comments. I've probably already pre-decided anyway by the time they say that. whilst I'm here then, I'm going to take you around because this place is a mecca for cars. There isn't just, are we going to focus there, mate? Yeah. There isn't just Lambo, right? There is Bentley and there is Ferrari as well. Yeah. So we've obviously got lots of Bentleys around. We've got this. I am a big fan of these, a big fan. They are mayhem. We've got Maserati here. A couple of Mazdas in there. We've got an 812 in there. I can't wait for mine. Honestly, I cannot wait for mine. I have some 812 news as well. Many of you that follow me on Instagram will know that the 812 saga continues with me. I do have one coming still. That is the main thing. But I am changing the spec again. I'm changing the colour of it. But they've got all sorts here. Some very nice bits and bobs. That's very nicely spec'd. I don't think I'm really allowed to film inside the dealers. Ferrari get a bit weird about that. So just gonna take a look around the stock. This has caught my eye. I think this is Rosso Dino, but I don't actually really know. So I don't know much about cars, to be honest. But very nice spec. Got Daytona seats in there. It's just very cool. And as you all know, the F12 is probably one of my favourite cars of all time. So if you do want an F12, they've got a very nice one here at Greypool. And we've got Porsche over there. There's various bits in there. Okay, then waffling aside, let's get in the Aston AMR. And I'm going to go actually, do you know what? I'm going to do everything in this video. I'm going to not churn for YouTube money for once in my life. I'm going to put everything in this video as well. So there's going to be all sorts going on here. Hello, mate. How you doing in there?
Good.
Are you enjoying that?
It's so cold up here.
I thought you were going to say it's a cool place to be.
Oh,
it is.
This car is amazing.
The old school handbrake. We're going to go through details of this, but we're also going to have a chat in here about Modball. We're going to go and see the second hotel now, aren't we?
Yeah.
You've given them back their Aventura RS.
Yep.
Because genuine customers want to buy it, apart from... you've actually had a car off Lamborghini Edinburgh, haven't you?
I still do.
You still do? You still have a Hurricane? And I still have my SV. So we are actually customers, but yeah, we thought we'd give it back. But this is a sick place to be in here. Actually, for comedy value, I'm going to show you what's going on here. I am having to drive without my shoes on because the pedals in here, I mean, they're reasonably close together, but my shoes touch all of them at the same time. So I actually have to take my shoes off to drive this, which is just absolutely ridiculous. You don't want to see my socks, although they're quite cool ones. So we're going to put them in the back here without the tread down. So now I'm able to drive heel and toe. Oh, that is the epitome of first world problems. But it's quite a cool place to be. It's carbon everywhere. We've got this lime green piping.
We need to address these.
No, we don't.
What?
No.
What are they for? What are they for?
No. They're fine. They're good shoes.
How?
Good solid shoes. Anyway, back to the car.
They're like moon boots.
No. Ready to roll? Let's go. Ooh. Let's put it in sport. Let us go. Oh. Okay, so we are in the AMR Vantage. Apologies, I forgot my GoPro and mount. This is probably not going to be particularly non-shaky. But anyway, where are we going now?
We're going to Hotel 2 for Modball UK, which is the Sheraton Grand.
We're going to the Sheraton Grand, so they're both 5-star hotels. So we're going to go and have a little look and speak to them and plead with them to give us more rooms.
Yes.
As I said before, the sign up is already open. We're going to go there. I'm going to show you some of the kind of the rooms and the ambience and how nice it is and all the rest of it, and where some of you will be staying. And then the AMR is going to find some empty roads and we're going to do some proper driving content, aren't we? And we're going to show you what this car's about, because I've spent only a few hours with this car and I've already been on to Mr. Darren Gibson. You're smiling because you just enjoy it when I waste money, don't you?
You say a few hours, it's 10 minutes and you wanted it.
I've already been on with some finance figures trying to work out whether or not I can afford this. I can't afford it, but I might still be allowed to fund it. So at this point, by the time this video goes out, I may well have bought this car. I don't even know.
He's gonna get this car.
I had no plan. So the original plan was to come up here and we were going to get the new Vantage, the new one, the turbocharged one, in Hyper Red, which is exactly the same car as you actually already have.
It is.
But literally, right before we turned up, Joe at Aston Martin Edinburgh said, Tom, bit of bad news and some good news. We're actually not able to give you the new Vantage. There's a customer in it, or something's gone on, or I don't know, it's having a service, something basically.
So they basically registered this car for you?
They've registered this AMR Vantage V8.
Yeah. It's done,
and they said
52 miles, I think I can see.
Yeah, it's done 52 miles, and it done 35 when we picked it up. So that is why we're in this. And I was like, very interesting. I've not driven even any Vantage before, not the new one, not the old one, nothing. This is the first Vantage I've driven. This has got the manual box in it. The V8, it sounds like a Spitfire. It's great. It is really, really good.
Those seats.
And I've been reading up on it. I actually did some reading when they announced this version. It's a very rare car. There's only probably, I would say maybe 100 of these, because I think they did a Roadster one as well, and then 100 V12s as well. And it's just very, very cool. There's some seriously sick details on it. And I'm going to go into huge depth on that. But first things first, we're actually here for business. We got to do some work.
We do.
So we're going to see the Sheraton. We're going to show you guys a little bit more background, because we realised that we kind of announced the rally and no one really saw anything about it. And it being the first one ever, Modball UK, you've got nothing to hang on. So we're going to do that.
It's good to show everyone what's going on and what they get. And because when we get there on the Saturday night, we're having a great Gatsby. Everyone's going to be wearing black tie. All the women are going to be wearing 20s outfits. It's going to be an incredible dinner overlooking Edinburgh Castle. And then there's awards, so it's good to show people the rooms that because we've never done that before.
It's a very, very nice. Edinburgh's actually just a really nice place. It makes London look like a bit of a dive.
The more I show Tom what's happening, the more he can't believe it.
I'm excited. I can't believe I've got anything to do with it, to be honest, because it's actually all very nice, very tasteful, very well organised, and that's your input, really. I just run around shouting chaos.
I mean, if you organised it, there'll be orange and red trainers everywhere. And
don't ever go to the trainers, mate. And there's no red on them.
I secretly like them. There's something about
you do like them.
I wouldn't wear them, but
that's how Balenciaga get away with it. You see it and you're like, that's awful. But I secretly quite like it.
I've never seen them before, but I've seen.
No, not many people are stupid enough to buy them, or just tasteful enough. Right then, should we pick this up at the hotel then?
Yep.
Very well then. Onwards.
So have you applied for the Modball?
Yeah, I'm going to be on it, my friend Chris.
Crazy RX-7 apparently.
Good to see you.
Nice one. Good to meet you, mate. Take care. See you later. Right, we are pulling in then. Small world. We are pulling in then at the Grand Sheraton Hotel. I don't know if I've said it right. 5-star hotel. Yes?
Yes.
Here we go.
Park somewhere. How random is that guy entered the Modball UK at the lights?
So that Jamie just there, he just pulled up next to us. I've never met Jamie before. And he was just like, how are you enjoying Edinburgh? And he's like, I've applied for Modball UK. Modball UK is going to take over, but remember where you heard it first. So that's that then. That was just a little look around the Sheraton Hotel. Very, very nice. 5-star facility, as you'd expect. We're now just going to leave, and it is finally time to get the AMR Vantage out on the roads and see what it can do. And see, most importantly, what it sounds like, because it does sound amazing. Look at it sat there. It is sick. There we go. And this is where everyone will be parked up. Well, not everyone. Some people will be staying here. Some people will be staying in the Balmoral. But this is some of the secure parking facilities. So this will be full of supercars and various city cars, and there is also further parking in there, but it is a very cool secure location. We've now confirmed that we absolutely have more allocation for the rally. There's more places to park. It's all very, very, it's all very organised. I'm surprised that it is actually organised, but most of the time when I run around causing chaos, it doesn't actually matter. This is a sort of thing that actually does need to be organised properly, because otherwise it doesn't work. So thankfully John's involved. But yeah, as I say, if you do want to get involved, may even be, by the point at which you get to this point in the video, it might have even sold out again already. But make sure, if you go below and you click the links and you're able to apply, then you probably will stand a chance of getting in. At this point, I just don't know. We didn't anticipate what happened when we launched it originally. You were swamped, because John's on the organisational side and kind of the IT side, and he was dying. He was absolutely dying. He was like, Tom, what have you done? You've actually caused chaos. I ruined his life, but it's cool. The uptake has been amazing, and yeah, it's just going to be unlike anything the UK's seen. So if you do want to get involved, get involved.
This event is going to be unbelievable.
Ridiculous. Should we get in the AMR?
Yeah.
I'm calling the AMR. Is that the right thing to call it? The Vantage?
Your AMR?
I don't know whether it's mine at this point. This has been an expensive trip. What a moron. Okay, we're going to go and find somewhere nice to park up. I'm going to take you around this car, and I'm going to explain exactly why I've instantly fallen in love with it, and we'll go see what it can do, okay? So I finally found some space with the AMR Vantage, and it's time to go around the car and actually show you guys what it's all about. Why am I here though? I'm on Regent Terrace next to Regent Road. This long road here, and all the way up, it goes around this corner, all the way around here, for miles and miles down there, with this picturesque backdrop with nowhere near, with a load of coaches for some reason right now. But this will be where the cars will be parked up for kind of like the parade here in Edinburgh. Anyway, let's go and look at AMR Vantage. We have Mr. John Mobble in there. But I'm going to get around the outside of the car first and foremost. The first thing that strikes you is the attention to detail in this car. There's carbon absolutely everywhere. We've got acid, sort of lime green detailing everywhere. We've got a stripe over the car, which is actually painted. Yes, indeed. There's a carbon splitter along the front there. So what actually is this car then? It is basically the base Aston Martin Vantage with a 4.7 litre V8 engine pumping out 430 brake horsepower. And inside it, I'm going to go and annoy him. He really doesn't want to be on camera. He's had enough. Hi, mate.
Hello.
You don't want to be on it, do you?
It's so cold.
Yeah, okay. Go well, son. There we go. Bye. Okay, so we'll go around the driving side. But they are all offered in the sort of this very special paint scenario. So in here we have an old school handbrake, which is sick to have on a V8 car. And we've got a little plaque here saying this is part of the AMR division, this kind of line of special edition cars by Aston Martin. And in here we have an all-important 6-speed manual gearbox, which I can confirm and drives very, very nicely. There is satin carbon everywhere, there is lime green piping, there's Alcantara everywhere, and my favourite bit, there is tan, okay? On these rather nice bucket seats, there is tan trim with a lime. It just is so sick, and the flesh is unbelievable. And we've got a metal badge in here, we've got AMR in the headrest, just to remind you how special this car is, and then there's got a satin brushed aluminium throughout. Obviously there's no back seats in there, but all in all, inside this car is a very, very nice place to be, and I've fallen in love with it. As I touched on earlier, I wasn't actually supposed to be driving this car, but everything in here is just stripped out. It's just cool. And as I say, there's only 100 of these cars being made. So we are here then behind the wheel of the AMR Vantage. And much like the SV, the doors are skinned in this rather attractive carbon here. And it's just overall a very cool place to be. And I actually touched on this with John earlier. It's got old school dials in there, so they're actually more kind of analog dials as opposed to the usual kind of digital dials you see on most cars these days. I actually quite like that. It's all in all just quite a, John was saying, quite a manly car. Are we allowed to say that? We're probably going to get told off for being sexist now, aren't we?
Really?
Yeah,
it's a
I don't know, we'll leave it in, but it's
proper man's car.
Yeah, and everything's just aluminium here, and this screen does fold up, and there's like sat nav and stuff in there. We don't really care about stuff like that really when you're in a car like this. You've got a couple of USB slots down there. You've got cup holders which move about as well. Yeah, but aluminium. Everything's nicely finished though. Nothing feels cheap in here. It does feel rather good. And then back here we've got the little parcel shelf as well. The Balenciagas usually go on there whilst I'm driving, I found. And then the back of the seats are also this rather cool lime finish as well. It is good. What else have we got up here? Aha, we've got a little visor thing. Oh, that's quite nicely done actually. Hello, hiya. So anyway, let's go for a little spin then. Should we go for a spin?
Let's do it.
You're going to stand on the side of the road and film it, so people can hear what it sounds like.
Brilliant.
Very well then.
The things you have to do for YouTubers, unbelievable.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've switched recording from my Sony camera, which I use most of the time, to my Huawei mobile phone. You will probably notice that the quality of video has probably actually gone up, switching from a professional camera to a mobile phone. Shock. I've been banging on about this Huawei for a long time. More on that another time, and there's actually full video on the phone. Anyway, back to the Aston. How much is one of these things? How much? This is the crux. I think retail price on this is about 119. I am hoping not to pay that for it, but being so rare, I think the dealer, Aston Martin Edinburgh, are only getting one of them. So I'll see what I can do. At the moment, it's in negotiation. We'll see how much I can get it for. But at this point, who knows? Who knows? It is certainly a very special car, and it is the run-out last of the Aston Martin V8 line. They've been making the V8 Vantage for years and years and years, and I think having a manual one of these is just a great idea. It's a fantastic car, and this is probably one of the coolest iterations of it so far. You'll be shouting GT8 at the moment at the screen, GT12. You'll also be shouting Vantage V12 and the AMR V12. The AMR V12 version of this is 565 brake horsepower, I believe, and that runs to about 160, 170k. If you can find one. It's quite a lot of cash. And to be honest with you, to me, to my mind, the Vantage is about the V8. And many kind of purists and the people that kind of love cars, they will tell you as well. John, you used to have a Vantage V8, didn't you?
Amazing car.
You loved it.
This is better though.
You had sport shift, you had the paddle shift, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is much better.
This manual is just great.
Everything
it's
about
just
this
really
car.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to really enjoy it, but I absolutely love it.
As soon as you got in it, you couldn't stop smiling.
Oh, I didn't shut up, did I? I do that quite a lot with stuff though. I just get in it.
You're still talking about it. You're still talking about it.
I know, it is mental. So here we go then. I'm actually en route to Aston Martin now to deliver it back because we've got a flight to catch, have we not?
Yep.
We've got a flight to catch. So
maybe you're going to be driving home? No?
No, I wouldn't drive it back anyway. You know me, I don't put mileage on my cars. I just truck them everywhere. And then make videos in my garage so I don't pick up mileage.
Your garage is good for photos though, it's amazing.
It's a good one. There's the Huawei, mate. It's the mobile phone.
I need a Huawei.
With the wide mode. Yep, that's what gets you. What have I not touched on? I haven't touched on 0 to 60. 0 to 60 about 4.5 seconds. Again, people will be shouting RS3 is quicker than that. I don't really care. If you have an RS3, you'll probably be stabbed in the night for it. Someone will come in your house and take it. True story. They're the most stolen car in the UK. They're chaos.
It's ridiculous.
They are chaos. RS3 is trouble, and anyone that's got an RS3 will know.
If they've still got it.
If they've still got it.
By the end of the video.
S3s as well. I don't know. Range Rovers as well. Big problems with thefts of those. All of them. Anyway, we've got off topic. You're unlikely to be knifed in the head when you're sleeping for one of these. People tend to leave these alone, I think. I don't think that's the one's going to stolen. Is the likelihood of being stolen a usual topic for review?
It should be.
Is this a car review at this point? Or am I just waffling? So yeah, this might appear on the channel. I might have done an announcement on my Instagram by the time this video goes out that I've actually bought one, or it might have fallen through. I don't know. As I say, there's what, 60 miles on the clock now. And I'm going to go back and talk to them now. I'm literally going to go back with my credit card and talk to them right now. So fingers crossed. And once we get there, we're going to take a look at some of their other stock, see what they got in there. And who knows, I might be goaded by something else. So let's catch up in a few minutes when we get to the dealers. So I'm here at Aston Martin, Edinburgh. We're just having a little look around the stock here. And John is actually over my shoulder there. He's actually been goaded because we have spotted this DBS here. He has currently got, as many of you will know, a Vantage Hyper Red, like the brand new Vantage in Hyper Red, which actually is that colour over there. But he's been goaded, and I've told him that the DBS Superleggera is probably one of the best cars I've driven in a long, long time, if not the best car I've driven all year, and he needs one. So he is currently running some figures, and you're going to do it, whether you like it or not. I've been goaded into a car, you've got to do it as well. He also has some biscuits. You like biscuits, don't you?
I'm so hungry, we haven't eaten all day. It's filming.
I like crisps. So let's have a little look at this DBS. So here we go then. This is actually, I've been told, a new colour. So I don't know if you can pick that up, but the fleck in this paint is unbelievable. It's a new colour called Xenon Grey. And this is very much a bit of me, this spec. John doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to force him to buy this car before we leave. He's over there getting coffee and biscuits, but he has to buy this car. You can't really see it, but the fleck in this paint is unbelievable. As I say, it's a new colour for Aston. Let's go in here and take a little look. I'm a big sucker for the DBS. It is so, so fast. And obviously it's got 4 seats as well. They're in there somewhere. It's a very, very tasteful spec. And this is a stock car, so this is actually now for sale, I believe, or for sale very, very shortly. I'm doing my best to convince John that he needs to trade up from the Vantage. Not that there's anything wrong with the Vantage. Trade up from the Vantage into this. But it just looks amazing. I mean, I think you can pick it up now, that paint. It's just incredible. And this is where Astons excel. The level of customization and paint jobs you can get are unbelievable. Here we go, a little carbon wing. Very, very nice. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and force him into that room over there. He's going to run some numbers. maybe spec one up, or maybe just buy this one, to be fair. A successful mission, he's in there being goaded. So I'm just going to have a little walk around the rest of the showroom anyway. That is a very cool green. It's a historic Aston Martin green. That is a V12 Roadster. It is 105k. It's got yellow stitching within. Being wound up. They've got some cool spec here. We've got another V12 as well. Walking around the place. And what I like about Aston is that you can spec them in really, really classy specs and they just look cool. There's no other car out there really that you'd be able to spec in silver with silver wheels and it would look this good. They just look great. And they also work with vibrant colours. Anyway, I'm going to go in here and ensure that John does not leave without placing a deposit. He's in a lot of trouble. Hello.
Biscuit?
I'll have a biscuit if you confirm that you've bought a car.
No, do not.
Right then, you now join me back at my hotel here at the Balmoral, the 5-star hotel that a lot of you guys and girls on the Mod Ball UK will be staying at. It's been quite an eventful trip. I've got a flight first thing in the morning and it dawns on me that I've just visited a number of hotels, gone around a route that sort of hundreds of you will be doing on a rally around the UK. I've potentially bought a car and we've been driving around in a Lamborghini. It's been absolute chaos. At this point, I want to thank you all for watching, and I also actually want to point out the window there. Out the window there is kind of a view of some of Edinburgh and Edinburgh Castle in the background. You're not going to see anything if I go and poke the camera up against the window, but that'll be the view that greets you all when you go to the Great Gatsby style party on the Mod Ball UK. That's one of the events. It's black tie, it's going to be chaos. So make sure you apply. So I touched on earlier in the video, as soon as this video goes live at 6 PM, applications will then open and you can go on site and get your application in. You've got to be in it to win it. Not everyone is going to be lucky like last time round, and we're doing our best to make sure the people that missed out last time on the last application process will get through, but not everyone this time round will be lucky. As many of you as we can will get on, and we have secured a load of extra spaces, so make sure you do apply, get in the pot, and hopefully I will see you there. I think that's it now. I think that's it. Maybe I should get some sleep or some crisps, because it's been quite a tiring trip. I've got to get some sleep and then I've got work again on Monday. Chaos. Do stay tuned on the Aston Martin AMR Vantage, because I genuinely, at this point, do not know what's happening with it. I am going to, it's a Saturday right now, and on Monday I'm going to haggle some numbers with Aston Martin Edinburgh, and hopefully I'll be able to reach a deal on that car, because there's just something about it that I absolutely loved, and I totally get it why Shmi is so attached to his GTA. I know obviously the GTA is well, it's a superior car because it's more raw, you know, it's got the aero and it's got more drama and whatever. But I think there's just something about a manual box strapped to a V8, especially an Aston V8 that sounds that good. It's just cool. And that Vantage shape has aged so well. I know a lot of people will be shouting, it's just a Vantage, it's been around 100 years. Well, actually, it's cool and it stood the test of time and I really like it. So fingers crossed on that. Do stay tuned to my Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, it'll be on the screen with a little... Make sure you get in the pot there, because my Instagram's actually slightly more chaotic than my YouTube channel. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.